1, 2.
Testing, testing. Good thing no one hears this part. That would be so unprofessional for them to hear us talking over the music. Oh, man. We never would have gotten that network deal if we had pulled a stunt like that.
It's a good thing.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. It's now the Lounge Show. Unfortunately, we can't hear you over the music. That's because we haven't jammed Kazam. 8 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, let's settle down. Put away the candy wrappers.
Yes, the Lounge Show. I was asked famously to be the announcer for that show, and at the time I didn't see the vision. Like most people, I underestimated the program and its hosts. Foolishly, of course. Later, I came crawling back on my hands and knees, begging for the job, but force by that time. It had already been given to Latbat, so I had to graciously accept my defeat and learned a valuable lesson.
It's The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle, two veteran broadcasters who love to hear themselves talk and are somehow able to tolerate each other. Let's see if you can tolerate them as well. Here's Rob and Bob.
You know, I really feel like by this time in our show career that the opening should be more than just that slate. You know, it seems like if it was another show, it'd be like we'd be showing clips, but they all look identical. The shirts change and my background changes. So now that actually might be funny as a bit, like as an opener, and you know, they spin in like it's basically the same shot over and over. And what are we talking about, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the Lounge Show. That's what you're watching, isn't it? Because what time is it, Rob?
Is open. I double clicked that and it didn't work, did it? Well, now I broke the internet.
It's
I'm ready.
9 o'clock. Oh man. On a Saturday. Sorry. I came in with the rescue at the exact same time, and we got a weird little. On a Saturday. Okay,
there we go.
I know. I talked over it. So now here we go. Rob, what time is it?
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. That was a nice, clean, strong signal coming from Rob's computer. How is your computer these days? What's going on in your computer land?
Piece of crap. It is a total piece of crap. And I was on with some tech support dude this past week, and I can't pronounce his name. And it was, you know, like Jerry Seinfeld says. Yeah, no.
Burger King.
Yeah, no, I can't pronounce his name. And one of the letters is, I think, the symbol for boron.
Boron.
Right. And so, but he was not, I don't know if he was not, it was a chat, you know, and I downloaded a bunch of drivers. No one cares about this, but anyway,
everybody does. Well, that's why we hype this as the driver episode.
So the bottom line is, it helped some because I needed the drivers, but no, it is still it'll freeze up, blah, blah, blah. So now, yeah. So now what I do is just turn it on when I need it, and then it runs fine. But it won't do long term. I think it overheat, whatever.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, well, the sound is wrong too, and I can't get that repaired. But I think once whatever is ailing it, once that gets fixed, I think a lot of other things are going to fall into place. So my game plan is,
which I was about to ask,
to wait to send it off to about 6 days before I travel.
Okay,
and because they need it for a dozen or 14 days or whatever. And so fine, 5 or 6 of those I'll be on the road. It won't be as painful. That's the game.
That's good thinking, Rob. You know, that's the kind of guy this man is, ladies and gentlemen. But if you don't know by watching every episode so far, he's just pragmatic. That's about all you can say about him.
I'm lazy, and so I try to avoid as much work as possible and as much
as we all should. We need our efficiency for running from saber-tooth tigers.
So what? Oh, lounge every Saturday, and 2 lounges from today.
That's right.
Speaking of travel, I will be out in Vegas, baby.
Yeah, I wonder what that have we done? Have you done any? Because sometimes you'll do this. You've been known to do this. Have you? It's a little far out, but have you prognosticated the temperatures? Have you done any
No,
looking at all?
August is August. It's summer everywhere. So that's what I was thinking.
Yep. But I mean, we had. I heard we had record heat this year, but it doesn't feel like that. I think I've been in hotter here, but when Catherine was here, it was really, really super hot. We had some cooling this week. We were like in the 90s for a couple of days, then, or maybe just one day, then back up into hundreds. But I'm not sure where we're aiming at when you are here.
Well, I'm assuming it'll be 100 there all the time, 3 digits there all the time. That's just what. Look, it's not jeans and a parka. It'll be shorts and more shorts. And then the only reason I would bring I'll fly in a pair of jeans. Not that anyone gives a crap about this, but I'll fly in a pair of jeans.
That's right. He has magic flying jeans, ladies and gentlemen. See, we weren't going to say that. We were going to hold until they were on the market. Rob's Worldwear. Flying
magic.
pants.
That's right. And that would be the jeans.
Bye. See you in Salt Lake City.
Oh, he's got those jeans on. So anyway, I will have fly in a pair of jeans. Yes, hit it again.
See you in Las Vegas. By the way, if you're watching at home, don't be shy. Feel free to say hello in the comments.
Man, no one's checked in yet. That's okay. We're here. We're consistent. If they're here, fine. If there's new people in the bar, new people in the lounge, so be it. So yeah, shorts. The only thing is, I'm not sure if we're allowed to wear shorts on the golf course when I am visiting Steven in Salt Lake, because that's the base. That's a golf course that is on the base. So there's our tax dollars, Bob.
What do you know about that golf course that he shared with you in terms of?
I played it last time. We played it together last time we were there. And,
do you like it?
But it was cooler. Oh, yeah, it's a really nice course. Really pretty. Mountains everywhere because it's Utah. We saw a bunch of deer. And I don't mean little deer like, oh, look, it's a little white. No, big 14 and 16 point buck. Just tons of them just lying around the golf course. Stephen goes, they know no one here has a gun, Dad. That was his line. They come to the golf course because they know no one has a gun. And it was beautiful. And then these F-35s are constantly taking off, which really rumbled the skies. This is $50 million aircraft. And that's pretty cool.
Like that would be distracting if you're like lining up a putt that's
you
like
get
a little
used to
far.
It. Yeah, but okay. But again, pretty cool. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't like it all the time because they're going off all the time. And like I wouldn't want to have my house there. But whatever.
That was just me going, I really, really wish that you had. I don't know that I recommend it at this point because the Quest 3 is going to come out this year. But if you had a Quest 2, another way that.
That's the VR?
Yeah,
that's VR.
That's right. The golf game in there, I think you would really enjoy, and it would be multiplayer. It's something we could do together.
Okay.
We could get in there and play golf on various courses. I've only done the courses that come with the game because I'm not enough of an enthusiast to buy the extra ones, but the extra ones are like ones that I'm sure you would have heard of, like they're famous. So you get to play, those courses.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, and it's got a nice mechanic to it. It feels,
I have the Tiger Woods golf game from a long time ago, and that one you could play different courses.
Right.
You could play Pebble Beach out in California and so forth. But it's a mouse.
Right. You're not standing there holding a golf club, right?
Which VR is going to be a game changer, I'm sure. In fact, I said to a buddy at work the other day, we said something Tiger Woods golf, and we both went wee, like with our, pretended to have a mouse in our hand, because that's how you would swing, and we both laughed.
I never played those. I never played Tiger Woods. I think I played some kind of golf game. I enjoyed those. On the flat screen to a degree.
I just noticed you have a Spider-Man kind of thing going on there with the shirt. You've got a Spidey logo.
So this is the Costco brand or whatever, and so
really?
they have a whole clothing line of Spider. It says SPYDER, and I really like them. They're super comfortable. They got colors I like, and like the sweatpants are super comfortable. Anyway, I like them a lot.
You know what? See, you always give me crap about being old, but we are both getting old when we have so far talked about the weather.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm packing
clothes at
I think they're a pretty good bargain. What do you think?
I bought these at the Costco. Why would I pay full price at the mall with those kids and their music and hair?
And then, you know what? Speaking of which, I found a traveling case for my golf clubs for this trip coming up, and I bought it at Play It Again Sports. So a used sporting goods store, a consignment store.
All right, how are you doing that? Didn't you ship them last time?
I shipped them home, but I flew out with them.
And is that what you're doing again?
Yeah. So this case it encloses your bag of clubs, and it's a hard shell, and those retail new for $250, $270, and I got mine for $35.
Wow.
So I'm pretty jazzed on that. Go to the consignment because I'll use it. Oh, look!
I didn't mean to stop you. Just finish your sentence.
No. It's always nice to look at a live shot of the lake, and so I flew out last time. I'll do the same. I fly to Salt Lake and so they're part of my luggage. You have to check them. It's kind of a pain in the ass because it's like having firearms or they're oversized bags.
I've seen people do it and go, I'm so glad I don't play golf.
Well, here's the thing though. In the old days, you'd have to carry the bag, and now they got smart and they put wheels on these traveling cases. So you just towed it through the airport. It's not at least. And then anyway, golf with Steven, and then I leave them there. And I hop on the plane to go see you. Why take them all the way to Vegas to not use them and then fly them again all the way to Atlanta? That's when I ship them. Steven, in fact, the UPS store is on the way home from the airport. He drops me off at the airport. And then on the way back to his apartment, he ships them. And he sends me a bill, and I send him whatever, Venmo, and poof, we're done. And then they show up right at my garage, which you gotta love that.
I guess so.
Right. Why? What's bad about that?
Nothing.
Oh, you just seem. Oh, it's buffering. Anyway, it's back. Some guy sitting there, obviously, with his little. What does that look like? A Honda, maybe to you? I don't know. And
it could be.
But it looks very little traffic.
What do you think he's up to? What do you think he's up to? I don't like this. I don't like this, Rob.
It's suspicious, Bob.
Anyway, if I had a little whiteboardy thing, I would circle that in yellow and do an arrow, and that would probably do something.
I have no idea what he's doing down there, but either way, he's sitting lakeside at Lake Geneva on a beautiful August night. So I think, has the upper hand on. I was about to say he has the upper hand on us, Bob. That's a pretty good place to be. So anyway, yeah, I've got nothing, by the way, written down. Nothing. I'm just giving us crap. We've talked about weather, packing, where you got a good brand of clothing at a cheap price, and I talked about traveling with golf clubs. So pretty weak. No wonder no one's on the message board.
It's It's called mesmerization. We start talking, and the vibration, the frequencies of our voices combined, lull them into a sort of a paralysis. Entertainment paralysis. And so while they want to reach out and type, like, oh my God, this is amazing, and I can't believe that you can do this every week, but they can't move. Their body is just incapable because they're sitting there, and all of their brain spaces is being used to be entertained. So I don't make it mean anything.
What do you have to? Do you have to get emissions tests for your car out there in
yes,
Nevada? What do they get for that?
25.
I had to go get my. Yeah, same here. $23 today.
Well, actually, it might be 22 or something like that.
But the thing is, here, I had to go get it today, and I was all freaked out because last year, if you recall, boys and girls, that's one of the reasons I couldn't keep my old car. It wouldn't pass emissions anymore. And so today was a little terrifying going back in and going, okay. Because it's how ridiculous. I'll see these old 1950s jalopies going down the road. Jalopies with just black smoke billowing out of the tailpipe. Because if it's that old, they don't have to get tested. And I'm going, well, then so it's a cash grab. It has nothing to do with the environment, I don't think. But anyway,
I'm not falling for that banana in the tailpipe bit.
Well, I do remember you said when you were in California, it was much more, like $150.
70. I think it was like $76.
Jeebus. I remember you said Jeebus after you told me the
price. When I first moved to California, I went to go get my emissions tested, and for whatever freaking reason, it was $76. And I came from Georgia, where it was $20 to $25 or whatever. And so I took a picture of the receipt to send it to Rob. Did I write Jeebus on it, or did it?
Jeebus.
Jeebus with an exclamation point. Did I at least?
But I've never heard that word, and it was funny word to me at the time. Very funny.
Yeah.
Very funny word.
So now it's nice to be back in Vegas where they only charge you $20 to $25.
Well, and now they do it different in Georgia too, because you know you used to have to pay every year ad valorem. Oh, look at the boat going out.
Right there. I just wanted to point to the action. That's all.
That's so nice. Going out for
It is kind of herky jerky. It's like it goes 4 feet and then suddenly it's 3 feet back, and then it's just like.
Well, that whole camera has been effed up since whenever. It worked great last year, and it's been permanently out of focus for the last 6 months, but we can still see. You should really dial up the Gordy cam.
Is
you
it
always
still,
go to the.
Is it still?
Yeah, it's up and running. It's up and running, and it looks good.
I can't remember how to get there.
Whatever.
Let me see if I hold on. Let me just see if I've still got it. It's saved in the. No,
yeah, I don't
it doesn't
know how
save that.
How we didn't even know how to send you. I could punch it up and then send the link and.
Blah,
wait.
Geneva Lake.
Wait.
Chat. No.
Well, anyway.
Well,
a couple of weeks.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So we're gonna be live right here, and I'll be sitting here, and then
so I was
that'll be in here.
Yeah, you know what? This is how my brain works. So I was thinking about the last time I visited, and I screwed up the potatoes. And so this time I want to make sure that I want to like redeem myself at the grill with you. We'll do some and I thought we could do maybe grilled shrimp. I thought that was fun. That would be fun. Like marinade. I've got a good marinade for grilled shrimp. We could grill some shrimp. And then if they're a little tough, we'll just leave them out there longer.
We'll just slow cook them and they'll soften up. Right?
They'll soften right up. No, but I was thinking about that. Something grill. We should just grill out like. And I did another Bite Me Night thing, this ridiculously crappy breaded chicken with cheese in a pita pocket kind of thing. And it's microwave, you wrap it in a piece of paper towel and you throw it in the microwave for a minute. And it's just crap food. But I laugh because I always think of Bite Me Night when we would do that from time to time. Who loves Lake Geneva? Oh, of course, Tracy loves Lake Geneva. How can you not love it?
I just had Costco pizza and it was supposed to be a strawberry sundae, but because it's so hot here, by the time I got here, it's basically a shake. So I'm up on sugar.
I was talking about you the other day at work. The question was your last meal, right? You're on death row. What's your last meal? And they said, Rob, do you know your last meal? And I knew it immediately, which was a big boy beef sandwich from Los Angeles on the south side of Chicago, the Chicago beef sandwich that I grew up with. And so they go, oh, wow, you really have this thought out. And I go, well, it was hard for them to get it. I'll buy a couple more days. They're going to have to go all the way to the south side of Chicago. And then they asked, how about dessert? And it took me a half a second, but then it popped into my head. I want a strawberry banana malt from Leduc's.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. Yep.
I knew you did. And I thought about you going there, man. It was a great hangover cure. And that is just some of the best frozen custard, I think. I don't know. I think you enjoyed it as well.
It's really interesting. So speaking of like remembering all of that and when we went to Leduc's. So, Tracy and I don't watch a lot of TV, but when we do, it's generally documentaries of some kind on Netflix. And I've told you about Fantastic Fungi. Did you ever watch it?
I watched about 2/3 of it, so I can appreciate why it's good and why you love it. It's really interesting.
So and then there was another series called How to Change Your Mind, which is also good. We finished that one up. And then this is one called something like, like How the Mind Works or something like that. Tracy can correct me. But they're short little 20 to 22 minute little pieces. And it's about your brain and whatnot. And then the first one was about memory and how our memories are really, they change, they evolve, and they're not reliable. They are not a photographic memory they're not an accurate recording of what actually happened, and that we change them and change it. And that explains things like why our trips are conflated into one massive, like, Mark trip, and somehow we were in a truck and a plane. And I don't, it's like, and there's...
Well, I was addressed in a TV show.
The Mind Explained is the name of it.
Well, no. This was an actual, like a...
No, I'm saying Tracy corrected because I had thrown the title out there. I just wanted to make sure.
But that was addressed about how that your memories, you cannot rely on them. It was all about a court case, and they were sitting in the jury box, and psychologists ripped him apart saying, I know you believe it to be true, and you're swearing by it that that's what happened, but that's not. And then they did the psychoanalysis and the hypnotism, and then they realized it wasn't true. So to your point, that we believe sometimes memories, we go, no, that's what happened. But it's really kind of an amalgam, isn't it?
And so I conflate them, right? And so the malt Like, I think in my memory, I've only been to Leduc's the one time. I think that's true.
Correct.
We
That is correct.
okay, all right.
You
Because
went
my
one.
memory
You didn't. I got a malt. You got some sort of turtle thing with caramel and chocolate and like a turtle kind.
that is some pretty impressive memory there. But you're right. I now remember it too. I remember standing at that stand. So, and that's Camp
Yeah.
Firewood.
That is Camp Firewood. That's Camp Firewood, where my mom and dad send me to punish me every summer.
So this is classic Bob and Rob bit stuff. We're driving around.
I was thinking about this the other day, that just some line, and you and I laughed, and I go, geez, we hung out a lot. Like we just had nothing else to do. Our lives were pretty much just shitty. And so we said, well, we'll be shitty together, and we'll drink a lot, and we'll stay up and we'll shoot pool. And
anyway,
and
look,
memories
these people want to know about Camp Firewood, and you just keep rambling on about how long we've known each other. So we're driving around, and I remember this too. At least I think I do. It's driving around out in that area around Pam's, and we see this sign. As I recall, it's painted on wood. I probably made that up, you know. But it says like camp, and it also says firewood. You know, like it's two different things. But Rob and I immediately create Camp Firewood, where we went every summer, and there's stories. And I think we had an anthem.
They were selling campfire wood. It all depends how you say it. That's what they were selling. They were selling campfire wood.
Or
wood
that.
for the campfire.
Okay.
But our joke was we just changed the emphasis on the syllable and said campfire wood.
Right.
Yeah, I had to go campfire wood.
And I know we sang like campfire wood, campfire. You know, that we had some sort of anthem for it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to be rude and reach because my monitor of our show has frozen and I have to reset it. Otherwise, I'm just staring at us going like this, and it's unnerving, Rob. I wish that would just immediately flash us into the future where I've already done this.
It does. So wave the wand again, Bob. There you
go. Any second. What the heck? Okay, that's got to push the right. This is.
In fact, if memory serves, Camp Firewood is sitting right up to the shores of Lake Sissy-Manunu. I remember that Lake Sissy-Manunu was the body of water where Camp Firewood.
Okay, what is that from? Because that is familiar, okay.
The Dick Van Dyke Show. When he was a kid. He went to camp, whatever it was. It wasn't Camp Firewood, but there was Lake Sissy-Manunu. And then he was talking to a shrinker, Rob Petrie was, and he said, Sissy-Manuna. And is that why I'm afraid? And I'm a sissy. And that was the whole bit. And I think I just grabbed that to kind of put an extra coat of paint on the bit, Camp Firewood. But I believe the sign was Campfire Wood, you see. And then
it said Campfire Wood?
It's Campfire Wood.
Right, so it said so it said campfire in one word and then wood?
No, not in one word, in 3 words. Campfire wood.
Oh, okay, good.
Good. But campfire was on the top row and wood was on the bottom row.
All right. So it wasn't camp and then firewood. Firewood. It was camp,
no, it was
firewood.
Firewood.
Okay. Although that's your memory, so who the hell knows? You could be wrong too.
We very well could be.
And that sparked another road trip where the boys headed back up north to find out for sure. What does that side say? Hey, why didn't we just call somebody? We're 11 hours in. Oh, yeah, I don't know. It's a terrible idea.
Speaking of one of the trips up north, I was in the car with my friend Randy Cook from Randy and Spiff. We went to lunch yesterday.
Name dropper. Hold on, let me sweep up that name.
I mean, that's a Frasier line. When Niall said that to him, do you need anything? The waitress comes and goes, yes, I need a dustpan and a broom to sweep up all the names my brother's been dropping over the last 2 minutes. But so Randy Cook and I went to lunch, and we were also going to a Play It Again Sports to shop for my golf traveling bag. And and then on the way back, I did what I always do. I was doing the jukebox thing. I was playing different tunes. And he was digging because he's my age. And so I was going through my high school playlist, all the tunes so he would have been in high school at the time. But then I was doing Eau Claire songs from college, and Judy Sill came up.
Okay.
there, see, Bob learned about Judy Sill on one of these many trips, and I started playing it, but her stuff's a little depressing. So I just let him listen to a bit of it, and I go, but this woman was really cool, 70s, blah, 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 only a couple albums, really great, love her stuff. And I said, and then, of course, she died of a heroin overdose. And he said, didn't they all? I just thought that was a great comeback. Didn't they all? But anyway, yeah, and I thought of you then, too. Maybe that was Campfirewood. It could have been that trip when you were introduced to Judy Sill. I remember it was
would have had to have been. How many times did we go to Pam's?
Just about every time that we went up.
So not just once.
No, not just.
So once. Right. Of course, because the Judy Sill was with Mark.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
And that was the John Ryder birthday party trip.
Right.
That was Judy Sill.
So that was Harmonious Whale and everything.
Yes.
So that would have been Randy the 9 Mile Deer. That was a packed.
Yeah, that was a big trip. Yeah, that was
easy
also,
to conflate stuff in that one.
Now, was it also the same one where Lenny decided to smoke all that pot before he shot his shot in playing horse? Is that one? Because I don't know which one that was, but that's when Lenny, and he wanted, we'll all smoke the bowl.
What was going on that day?
John and
I don't remember.
And then there was one trip when Tim blew out his knee, too, when Mahoney blew out his knee, and there was bomb pops. But I see now they're all kind of blending together. But we did Summerfest several times on several trips.
We learned about Harmonious Whale on the first trip.
Correct.
Right?
From John's wife,
Lynn Ryder.
Because she had
years later on another trip, we saw them live at his birthday party.
John's birthday party. And we also saw them one time at Summerfest. We saw them play at Summerfest. They were the first band at noon.
Yeah.
Before anything was really up and running.
It was really the only thing I cared about.
Yeah, and then Mahoney wanted to go see Big Todd and the
Big Head Todd and the Monsters. That was the first time I'd ever heard of them, and I always, I've never seen them, I don't know, but in my mind, he's the lead singer. Tim is. To me, he's Big Head Todd, whoever that is.
That's who he wanted to see. But Harmonious Whale, we got introduced to him because one of Lynn's family members or something is in the band, or she, her cousin, and then. Yes, couples trips later, we actually saw them and playing at John's, and also we sang. We did a lot of. Singing.
I thought you meant on with them. Yeah.
No, I didn't sing with them. I was out putting. I remember I was at the putting circle just putting, and you came out.
You wanted to. You got up on the mic at some point.
Yes, but I got up on the mic and sang with Mark and my sister. And
I couldn't remember.
And Dave, we would go, hello, hello, hello. And then Dave Curtis was always singing behind us, shut the hell up, shut the hell up. He kept singing that to us. I remember that. No one liked it.
I'm pretty sure that this is the same place where Mark and I we were outside making up parody lyrics to On the Street Where You Live, called Drop the Kids at the Lake.
Yes, I do remember that too. See, that was part of that. That was a big trip. When Mark came with us, and we rented an SUV, a white SUV of some sort, a Chevy or whatever. We thought that would be clever. And it was a big pain in the ass because we had to rent it down by the airport. Getting the thing was a pain in the ass. Returning the thing was a pain in the ass. We should have just flown. We should have just got on an airplane and flown. But we did get to do buttermilk and all of that. That was all that trip.
That was probably the most packed thing, but
that's also when Oak did the Mr. Winky hole and everything. That was all on that trip.
We're not talking about that.
I just don't like that. Come on, if you wouldn't have done that, no one would know. You could just smile and go, "Yes, I didn't go into detail." Well, but the point is, all that same trip. That was a action packed, and then there was another one, and I don't know which one that was when we were all playing jarts till the sun came up, literally by that park by John's house, and there was mist coming off of the lawn and all that.
And that is, I have that in my mind too, because losing the bet to lose was Summies. Okay,
and then you had to stop.
Yes, and so what? Basically, ladies and gentlemen, that is so. This is this big, huge field. Okay, we've been up all night, and we're playing charts, and the bets are, you have to somersault down this hill or whatever, and then you have to stand up and stick it. Okay, so it's
Right.
not just a somersault. You're going to go 15, 20 at least, right? Tumbles down a somersault. And then you got to stand up and stick, right? And
Right.
I'm feeling cocky.
Without falling on your face.
Right,
Basically
and so that's the rule. What you do not do is roll, stand up and fall on your face, and that's exactly.
Right.
So you roll, and now the momentum, the gyroscope in your head, no matter how. So I stand up, and I feel like I have planted it. Like, see, no problem. But my brain said you're still going, and I went right down as if someone was pushing me.
Yeah, with a face
in my
plant.
brain, I was still and I did it, but the rest of me just went face down, and it was like, okay, I learned something today. Science
I like
can
that
be
you
fun.
call it a body gyroscope. That's a good way to describe it. There's inertia going on here, and your whole body goes, we're going to keep spinning.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And you face planted, as I recall.
Yeah.
We also do push-ups in the snow. We did a lot of goofy stuff, a lot of pushies, a lot of summies.
Since we're both past 50, we don't have to do any of that stuff anymore. No one can give us crap about not doing that. They can try, but you can just look right in the eye and go, yeah, no.
Not
Under 50, I still felt pressure to, I wouldn't do it, but I felt like angst, like, oh, I should want to do this, or I should want to. And now it's like, I don't have to. And a friend of ours told us that. He's the one who told me about the 50 plus 50 pass. It was like about dancing. Because once you pass 50, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to do any of it. Anyway, it was great.
Yeah, well, there is something to be. That's like the Ray Deemer thing. At what age do you stop moving a buddy? And, he goes 46 years old or whatever it was. Like that was his last time he was going to be moving anything. That's the same principle. You get to a certain place in life and all you do is say, what's the weather like? And I just did an emissions test. These are the things we talk about now.
That's right. And I bought this shirt at Costco. I feel like it's pretty hip.
And with those were the words they chose. I kid you not. Those were the words. So when those words came out, they decided that's when they were going to end the show. They could have done, I don't know, countless other things, but they chose that sequence of words to end it. And this is how we're left with the show. I don't get it. I don't think I can watch anymore.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.
What are we going to do, Bob? Oh, we're close to now. Thank goodness we're in a bowling alley.